All right, here's a brief exercise that talks about the calculation of earnings per share, the very basic. And we're going to lead you into earnings per share, which is the second part of chapter 19. The problem exercise says Mukogawa Meyer Corporation reported net income of 1,450,000,000. The company had 469 million common shares outstanding at January 1. It sold 42 million more shares on February 28th. As part of an annual share repurchase plan, 6 million shares were retired on April 30th for $32 per share. Calculate Mukogawa's Meyer's earnings per share for the year. So what we first have to do is calculate the weighted average shares outstanding. Most companies, larger companies, will do this on a daily basis. We can illustrate the concept on a monthly basis, and that's what we're going to do. There are a couple different ways to do it, but the way the textbook does it is like this. It says that we had 469 million, and these are in, let me put this up here, in millions. They're not dollars, but shares. And we had from at 1/1, January 1, we had 469 million. And those carried throughout the year. So they were 469 million that lasted throughout the year. And you'll see what I mean when I put this second. And then on February 28th, we added another 42 million. And those 42 million were outstanding for 10 months. That is March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. 10 months. And this is months remaining in the year. Well, let's put an underline there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to weight that. We're going to take the 42 times 10 divided by 12. So it's 10/12 or 5/6 of 42 because we have that for the rest of the year. And then that was on February 28th, I think. February 28th. And then it says on April 30th, we had a reduction of 6 million shares. And that for the rest of the year is going to be from all of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's for 8 months. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to take the -6 times the 8 divided by 12. And it's key to put that the 12 months in there. And then this is our weighted, and this is the way the textbook does it. There are multiple ways, you can look it up online, of calculating this. And I think what I'm going to do, just to be sure that you see it, is I'm going to put months in the year, months per year. And that way you'll see this here. Months remaining was 12. And I'll move this up here. And 12 months in a year. And so that is, in each of these cases, it's going to be the beginning times the numerator divided by years. And then I'm going to copy this down here. And then this is our weighted average shares outstanding. Is going to be the sum of these equals some 500 million shares. So now when we calculate earnings per share, it's going to be net income, which was 1,450,000,000. Divided by weighted average shares outstanding, which is the 500 million shares, equals earnings per share, or EPS. And it's not 3, that's rounded. Let's put some, I'll make it like this, $2.90. And that is Mukugawa's Myers earnings per share, and that's the simplest one you're going to come across. We'll get more in depth there as we go on.